We ready?
All right. Imagine yourself in 4th grade. You're sitting down, you got your Power Ranger light-up shoes, you got the backpack to match, you got your pizza's Lunchable with the Capri Sun sitting in there, you're ready to go. Your teacher asks you to write a letter to yourself, to anyone in the future about what you'd like to be, what you're aspiring to be, and what you think you might be as you grow up. I think a lot of us have participated in something like this. I've been a 49er fan. It's an NFL football team, San Francisco 49ers. I've been a fan since I can remember watching football, sports, or anything like that. I come from a long line of 49er fans. My grandfather, my father, myself, and someday my daughter will be a 49er fan. I wasn't around for the Joe Montana, Jerry Rice days, back when they won all those Super Bowls and stuff like that. But I did catch a little bit of the end of the Steve Young and Jerry Rice connection. My name is Sam Martinez, and today I'm going to be talking about Colin Kaepernick, the starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. Colin Kaepernick was born on November 3rd, 1987 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He is of African American and European descent. His mother was European and his father was African American. His father was never really there, a part of his life, pretty much just like a hit and quit kind of deal. His mother was 19 years old when she got pregnant and decided to put him up for adoption because, you know, she just wasn't financially ready and all that kind of stuff. She was 19. After months of searching, she found a nice family, and at 5 weeks, she gave up her son to Rick and Teresa Kaepernick, who were both, turns out, to be 49er fans. They both had 2 children, and unfortunately lost 2 kids to complications at birth. According to BroBible.com, Rick and Teresa moved from Milwaukee, Wisconsin to Turlock, California in 1991. Colin was 4 years old. And in the 4th grade, Colin wrote a letter to himself, aspiring that he wanted to be a quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers or the Green Bay Packers, either one, even if they weren't good. He stated his weight, and he also stated that he thought he was going to be 6'4", 190 pounds. And it turns out that he was 6'4", but he ended up being 230 pounds, which is not a bad thing, but he was pretty close, which is not bad for a 4th grader. Colin Kaepernick was a great athlete. He not only played football in high school, but he also played baseball. He was probably just as good at baseball than he was at football. He was a pitcher. He was known to throw 90-mile-an-hour plus pitches, and according to ESPN.com, he was an all-state baseball player and was offered many scholarships, including to Notre Dame, and was even drafted in the 2009 draft, 43rd overall by the Chicago Cubs. And even after all this, Colin Kaepernick turned down all the baseball scholarships and even going to the MLB because he wanted to be a quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. Even though he was an all-conference, all-academic student, the University of Nevada said he was the University of Nevada.com or .edu said he had a poor throwing motion and his 6'4" skinny frame was labeled as fragile. Colin Kaepernick was only offered 1 football scholarship, and it was to the state of Nevada. And when he went to tryouts, he was recruited as a safety, which is a defensive position. In true Kaepernick fashion, in the 5th game of his freshman year, the starting quarterback was injured about the first quarter of the game. Colin Kaepernick was called in, he played, and he threw for 384 yards and 4 touchdowns. And from that point on, he never relinquished his starting quarterback position for Nevada State. He also finished the season with 19 touchdowns. He was the 9th person in the NCAA and the 1st person in college to rush for 3,000 yards and to pass for 3,000 yards. He was the first in NCAA to throw for 10,000 yards and rush for 4,000 yards in his career. Colin Kaepernick was drafted in the 2nd round, 36th overall. He was drafted by the San Francisco 49ers. He only appeared his rookie season in about 3 games. He kind of just ran some wildcat stuff, threw a couple passes, not a big deal. The 49ers had a number 1 pick. He had been playing for 6 years, and the previous year, his rookie year, He took the Niners to an NFC West division title with a 13-3 record. And in 2012, he had a 6-2-1 record. But in the last game of his last game of the 2012 season, he suffered a concussion by the St. Louis Rams defense, and Colin Kaepernick was called up to play. As in college, Colin adapted and dazzled coaches, fans alike, with his athleticism, and after a few big wins, a controversial decision was made to name him the starting quarterback of the 49ers. In his first postseason start, he dominated the Green Bay Packers by rushing for 181 yards, setting a new NFL season record. New NFL single game record, He beat the number 1 NFC team, the Atlanta Falcons, for the championship and headed to the Super Bowl. He led the 49ers to a Super Bowl appearance, in the first Super Bowl appearance in 18 years. The 49ers unfortunately lost 34-31 to Baltimore Ravens in a very tough loss. In conclusion, I've told you all about Colin Kaepernick's struggles and achievements from being adopted to playing in the Super Bowl. I chose Colin Kaepernick because he's the quarterback of my favorite team, but not only that, his story is very inspiring and interesting. It shows us to never give up on what we truly want, to always fight against all odds, and most of all, to take chances that life gives you, step up to the challenge, and do your best.